today. It's Madden NFL football. It's week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one. And we are underway from Houston. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on second down, Fields. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On first down, it's Fields. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 70 yards.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterback
can't get away, and he's taken down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Off the play fake. Childress. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A huge play there for Houston.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hines. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 35. Nyheim Hines, his 1st carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. Hines. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Hines. And he's brought down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole 1st drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Fields now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Harper. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 35 on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they got no chance to win this game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
And he'll find Pittman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Fields throw complete here to Komet.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here's Fields. Open man is Komet, the tight end.
And he's not going to get the first down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or two short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. Running for it, Montgomery. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
He's going to go up top for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Back to throw, Fields.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields
with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Good job over there, baby. I see y'all. Good job over there, baby.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing on first down, Childress. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun, Childress. Oh, nice move. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Back to throw again. Gonna throw right side here, complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Childress. He'll check this down to Hines. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 2nd down, Childress. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Back to throw. Childress. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Here's Cohen now to return. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Off play action. Childress. And this is caught by Williams. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Hines. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Childress. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Childress.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Laviska Shenault, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Pettis now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
To throw again on second down, Fields. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Five yards remain on second down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. A give. This is Montgomery. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Second down at 4. Here's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
A third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Montgomery. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. A shotgun snap, Fields. Buying time to his left. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Now the point after try for Santos. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. Creeping up on 1,000, could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively, maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage the quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You got an opportunity to catch passes now too.
Yeah, a little bit of a cat and mouse game. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Childress firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 78 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 7. Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Fields.
Net open, that's Byron Pringle complete.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. That catch good for only a couple.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in by Pringle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Fields on 1st down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. 7 yards the pickup there. On 2nd down now. Herbert, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Fields. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
On 1st down, Fields
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Here's Cohen now to return.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run again with Hines. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Childress. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Chicago offense set to get started. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Now a 1st down throw. Fields. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Rolling to his left. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Fields on 3rd down. He's got Mooney, and he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a dump off here complete, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Back to throw, and that one going to be off target and incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They snap it to Fields. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
This is Hines. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a first throw here in overtime. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Herbert, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. They run. Montgomery. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this Texans defense stands tall. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Childress. And this is caught by Parker. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Hines. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Fields. He'll buy some time right. Finding some room at mid. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. Now we're going to get a timeout with 5 seconds left here in overtime. On 1st down, Childress. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us,
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.